Ever feel like the world is just drowning in information?
Oh, absolutely.
Like every time you turn around, there's another headline, another update, another report you're supposed to read.
Yeah, and it's like, who has time for all that?
Right. And nowhere is it worse, I think, than the world of financial news.
Ugh, don't even get me started.
Those endless stock reports, market analysis that reads like it was written by a robot.
It's enough to make anyone's eyes glaze over.
But, and this is a big but, what if there was a way to actually enjoy keeping up with the stock market?
Okay, now you've got my attention. Enjoy it. Like, actually enjoy it.
That's the idea. And get this, there's this new podcast. It's trying to do exactly that.
Really? A podcast about the stock market that doesn't make you want to fall asleep. Tell me more.
Okay, so picture this. 2 AI hosts.
AI hosts. Interesting.
Yeah, they keep the episode short and sweet, like 10 minutes max. And they actually make it fun.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How do they pull that off?
Well, the creators seem to get that traditional financial news is a bit of a snooze fest, you know? Like they actually talk about how people struggle with all those dense articles and boring broadcasts. It's just too much.
Information overload is real. And, there's actually science to back this up. People just don't retain information well when it's presented in that dry, factual way. Our brains crave stories. We crave engagement. So using AI hosts and humor, like this podcast is doing, could be a really clever way to tap into that, make it more human.
Right, like injecting a little personality into the stock market. It's definitely a change of pace. So what you're saying is, with this format, I might actually absorb and remember some of those market insights.
Precisely. It's kind of like sneaking in the vegetables with a little bit of, well, maybe not ice cream, but you get the idea.
I like the way you think.
And this whole thing, it's part of a bigger trend too,
Oh, yeah.
The rise of audio content. Think about it. Podcasts, audiobooks, even social audio. It's huge. And it's not a coincidence. Our brains are just wired for this kind of auditory learning.
Right. It's like how stories have been passed down for, well, pretty much forever. Just now it's less sitting around a campfire, more like high-tech AI voices in our ears.
Exactly.
But I'm curious, going back to these AI hosts for a second.
Yeah, what about them?
It's a fascinating choice, but can they really cut it? Like, can AI really replicate that nuance, that critical analysis you get from a human expert?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It'll be interesting to see how they handle those more, subjective aspects of market analysis.
And can they do it all in 10 minutes?
That's another big one. I mean, brevity can be great, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But there's definitely a risk of oversimplifying things or even missing crucial context. The success of this format hinges on whether they can distill things down effectively without sacrificing, the important stuff.
It's a tightrope walk, that's for sure. But hey, maybe this is the future of financial news.
Who knows?
So for you, dear listener, this could be the answer to information overload. A way to actually cut through all that noise and maybe, just maybe, actually enjoy learning something about the stock market.
Now, wouldn't that be something?
It really makes you think, though. If you were designing the perfect stock market news experience, what would it look like? Would you go the AI route? Stick with humans?
So many possibilities.
Definitely something to ponder as we see where the world of financial news takes us next.